So I do get it, you know, but I think that at the end of the day, I'm just willing to work a little bit harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who particularly enjoys working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I romanticize a lifestyle in my head that I know I could have. Right?
Yeah.
And the only way I'm going to get there if I work harder than the person next to me. We back.
We back. First time.
Yeah.
In the kitchen.
Yeah. First time in the kitchen.
Me.
How you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel hungry.
Yeah. You like the space?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good little space.
Yeah. That's what's up. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Second Son Podcast. Today we have a special guest. His name is Noah, and we're gonna get straight into it. You know?
Hey, thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Clap it up.
Clap it up.
So, bro, tell me about the kitchen.
Man. So the kitchen is a recording studio, podcasting studio, clothing store, and just kind of like the best way I like to describe it is like a music curation facility. I've been like a audio engineer for like a long time, and I've always worked in studios or mixing or producing or DJing, whatever it may be in the audio field. And I think that Chico just kind of lacked like a creative hub, you know, for it. And I feel like that's where like the industry is going. I think people are like less and less inclined nowadays to go and get a 9-to-5, and people are seeing now that like you can be a creator and do what you want as long as you're consistent with like uploading content and all of that. You can make just as much money working a 9-to-5 than, you know, doing what you want, post on YouTube for a year and getting the AdSync or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So I think right now in the next 20 years, you're going to see a whole shift from like, you know, back in the day, like the Industrial Revolution, you saw a lot of shit go from like mom and pop stuff to like now everyone was working in factories, yada, 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 doing 9-to-5 stuff. I think this is like the next Industrial Revolution, you know? So I think businesses like the kitchen, especially in a place that doesn't really have like a creative hub as of now, is going to be really successful, you know, come 10, 20 years down the road when people like me and you are all grown up. And, you know, a lot of, and you know it like more than me and you both know, we have friends around us that are already starting to do that kind of like, you know, that kind of work. So I think more now than ever, it's the most relevant. And I think I just been pondering the idea of a recording studio for the last like 6 months to a year. And I was just blessed enough to find a partner and somebody who believed in me enough to be able to give me the opportunity to open up this space. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's the kitchen for you.
When did you like go all in with it? Like when did you like, you know, I had enough, like we're starting the kitchen.
Dude, actually, it wasn't even, there was no catalyst to it. There wasn't like I was pissed off at work and quit my job and wanted to do this.
No, it wasn't none of that.
None of that. So I was sitting in the studio with my home dog, and he had been in there like every single week for like 3 weeks, and like he was spending like $1,500 on studio time a week. You know, it's like 3 weeks. That's almost $5,000. You know what I mean? That's a lot of fucking money.
And a lot of time.
And so he was sitting there and he was like, bro, I'm getting so tired of spending all this money for studio time. Even though I know it's worth it, yada, 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 it's going to develop me. It's like, I got to find a way to like save this money. And he was like, how much would it cost to open up a studio? And we ran the numbers, and that night we got up the next we ran all the numbers. We sat down for like 2 hours, and then the next morning we started calling up places, and we were just like seeing what was up for lease, seeing what spaces we could get. And I think we didn't really take it seriously up until like we signed that lease. It was kind of just like this fugazi thought, like oh, it would be cool if we did it, you know, but then once we signed the lease, we were like, looked at each other like, oh shit, we're doing this.
It's real.
We're doing this. And so that's kind of how it all started. It wasn't really like I was pissed off with a 9-to-5. I mean, I wasn't even working a 9-to-5. I was a freelance sound engineer, you know, working in a vocal studio. So my life was pretty damn good before the kitchen. You know what I mean? But I think just owning your own place, it's like, it's just going to set you up for success later on down. It like, the way I look at it look at it is, if this shit goes belly up and like we don't get one client in here or one piece of content out of here, which isn't gonna happen, but worst case scenario it does. It's like I've learned so many things about this process just trying to do it, that the next time that I do it, I'm gonna do it 10 times more efficiently and better. So it's like, even if this goes belly up, I might have to go save money for 2 or 3 more years, but I'll go and do the same thing, but I'll just do it better, and it will be, eventually it will be successful, and hopefully I won't have to do it again.
Yeah.
The goal is to do it one time and do it well. So
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
starting from experience instead of starting from scratch.
Exactly. And I think that's also like what you just said, it is very relevant. Like, everybody wants to go and like start their own business and do all this stuff. I think you need to like create your foundation before you can build a skyscraper. This right here is our skyscraper, but
For sure.
But I couldn't build this skyscraper unless I had that 5 years of audio knowledge and all of the experience that I had within the last 5 years to be able to even make this place possible. So, if you're a person that is out there trying to start their own business, you don't know where to start, just do shit that you love that surrounds that aspect of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because eventually you're going to garner a bunch of skills that makes it a lot easier to start that business later on.
Yeah. That's facts.
But
10-year overnight success.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, it's crazy that you say that, because I feel like anybody that like pops up out of the blue for success, if you really look deep into any of their careers, they're been working for 5 to 10 years, and the media just doesn't let you know.
No.
And so you think, oh, they're a one-hit wonder, something happened, but most of these cats been grinding for a long time.
Yeah.
And, and it's like, you don't see it until their shit has 1 million plays or 10 million plays, or
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's kind of like a disconnect there, that people just think, oh, I released a song, or I, do this and I'll blow up. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you ever grow up in Chico?
No, I didn't. I grew up I was born in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I was there up until like 2nd grade. And then my parents got divorced, and my dad moved to Napa, and he opened his own restaurant there. And that's why this place is called The Kitchen, is because my dad owned a restaurant down in Napa for the last like 15 years of my life. And I grew up in a kitchen, so when we were thinking about names and stuff for this place, it was like, it's kind of an homage to my dad in a way, but also worked. It was on brand for us, just because like we're cooking up in the kitchen.
That's
you know
fire.
what I mean?
That's so fire.
So yeah, if you're watching this one's for you, bro. But yeah, we moved to Napa when I was in like 2nd, 3rd grade. And it's hella funny how I ended up in Chico, actually. I had this girl, you know who you are. I had this
You still with her?
Fuck no. She's you about to get the tea right now. So how I ended up here was, I had this high school girlfriend. We were on and off all throughout high school. And I was a year older than her. And so I graduated, and then I was doing fuck ass shit. I didn't go to college or anything. I was just like going to a little community college, working at my dad's restaurant. And then she graduated and got accepted to Chico State. So she moves up here year after, and I'm still stuck in Napa. She's like up in the dorms and shit over at like Whitney. So I come visit her on the weekends.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is a pretty dope spot. And I was like DJing a little bit in high school. So I was like, fuck, I could come up here, go to school at the community college at Butte, DJ parties on the weekend. My girlfriend's here. It'll be chill, right?
Yeah. Wrong.
So yeah, wrong. I signed my lease. I'm like talking to her. It's like, this is gonna be great. Sick. Like a week before I move up here, she calls me. She's like, I'm breaking up with you. And later I found out that she was cheating on me the whole time. It's all right. I'm not gonna say your name, but you know who you are. But now it's hella funny. She was also really like not supportive of me doing music.
No.
It wasn't even like she wasn't supportive. She just didn't think I was gonna make anything out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and also as like, you know, a girlfriend or something, like when your boy who's never done music before is like, yo, I'm gonna go be a DJ.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe you should go to college.
Yeah.
And, you know, try to figure it out that way
Yeah.
and keep. But I was never like that. I was just like, I'm gonna go get something. I'm gonna get it, and no one's gonna stop me.
Right.
So she never really said like.
She didn't match it. Match your energy.
She just didn't match my energy at all, and it's hella funny because she broke up with me, and then like 6 months later, after I moved out here, I started like fucking DJing all the fattest parties, DJing at the El Rey, the Senator.
Really?
And I'd see her like I had like a sold out crowd in front of me. She'd be like front and center on the rail, and I was just like, "Fuck you, like bitch, you thought." So yeah, that's how I ended up here. It was a blessing in disguise, although it sucked at first. I met a lot of cool people, and I wouldn't have the life I did today if it wasn't for her, actually. So yeah.
When God closes the door, He opens the kitchen.
Clap that up.
Clap that.
Clap
up.
that up. Clap that up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. I say you talked about your background. Do you have any advice for any other producers that's following your footsteps?
Shit. I mean,
as of right now,
you know, like whenever you watch interviews on people and they're like, I have no idea how I got famous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying I'm famous at all, but like I've had success in my field, but I don't really know. I couldn't point to one thing that got me here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing is that I was willing to sacrifice a little bit more than everybody else.
Mm.
You know, I'd rather stay in on a Friday night, work on my music, and know that I'll get a little bit further every single day than like go out and get wasted. You know, even, dude, I do enjoy that. Chavez was this weekend, and I was fucked up during Chavez. You know? So I do get it, you know, but I think that at the end of the day, I'm just willing to work a little bit harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I'm not a person who particularly enjoys working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I enjoy. I romanticize a lifestyle in my head that I know I could have. Right?
Yeah.
And the only way I'm going to get there if I work harder than the person next to me.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So I always kind of like instilled myself with that kind of work ethic. Just, you know, get up, do what you got to do, go have fun, take a break when you need it. But like, just be consistent, bro. Be consistent, whatever you're trying to do. Like before I started like really DJing big ass clubs and stuff like that, like I was out twice a week doing free parties for a year and a half.
Jesus.
Free parties twice a week. I would bring my own security, my own DJ equipment, run the entire event. It was exhausting. I couldn't like drink or anything because I had so much shit to take care of.
Yeah.
I had to stay the entire party to break down. So it'd be like 3:30, 4 in the morning when I got home. Unload all the equipment, bring it up to my house, you know, shit like that. So I was doing that shit for so long, and like my only price of entry for those parties was like a Snapchat card.
Yeah.
You add me on Snapchat, you get in the party.
Yeah.
So it was no like $3 entry fee or nothing. But I think through like just as many contact cards as I like handed out, eventually I just had such a big audience that it was kind of hard not to leverage any opportunity I had off of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like use your audience or anything, but it was just really easy to, you know, post something that I needed recognition and get it because I had such a big audience, you know? So I think if you're a producer, you're an engineer or something, just like work, you know, even if it's like, you know, if you say you're a beat maker, right?
Yeah.
And you have no industry connects, you know, you don't know where to, you know, get a placement or anything. Just sit down, make beats, make hella beats.
Yeah.
You know, at least you're working at something. At least you're building your catalog.
Yeah.
At least you can, you know, and if you're an engineer and you don't know have anybody record, or you can't get a job at a studio, mix your own shit every day.
Yeah.
You know, make a song every day, you know, and then that way when you are given those opportunities, that you're prepared.
Yeah.
There's so many times where I've gotten an opportunity and I've just faked it till I made it and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Right. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes it works out. But sometimes it's also like you fumble the bag.
Yeah, true.
And it's like if you just would have put your head down for 3 months prior and worked at it really hard, when you were given that opportunity, you could have got your bag.
That's true.
So I think that was most of it.
That's true. That's true. You spit a lot of facts, like just exchanging your time for like an audience so that you could later monetize it or later like use it to your advantage is definitely key. So what I wanted to ask you is, before we got cut, did your parents instill that work ethic in you, or was it all those failures that happened, like you giving yourself up for free?
Like, I don't know. I think, to be honest, I don't really think that I have that. I don't know. Anybody that looks at me from the outside says like I work really hard, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like in my own personal self, I know I could work harder.
Yeah.
You know? And so do I think I have a strong work ethic? I think based on the stuff that I've done, probably.
Yeah.
You know? Do I think I have a long way to go?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I think like who instilled that was just my dad, you know? Like I was really young when he opened up his restaurant and it became really successful.
Yeah.
And I just saw him working like for like 7-8 years straight, 16 hours a day, no breaks, no vacations. Like he would buy us like Christmas vacations, me and my sister, and we'd go and he'd stay. You know what I mean? And
Jeez.
you know, shit like that. So like he was always trying to take care of us and stuff, but he knew what he had to do to like get to the place where he is now. And now he doesn't even cook no more. He just goes vacations with his girlfriend wherever he wants. Spends a lot of time at the casino. I love you, Dad. But no, he I mean, he still loves cooking and shit. He still pops in the restaurant every single day, but he paid his dues, man. He paid his dues. And I think just like seeing that work ethic and being around it for as long as I was, just kind of like, that was my normal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So working that hard is my normal. You know, it's not like I gotta strive to do it, or like it's just kind of normal to me. It's natural.
Yeah.
It's like if I get up at like 1, 2, 3 p.m., I feel fucking like I wasted my entire day.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
Well, you know? And it's like I am guilty of like sleeping in and shit. Don't get me wrong. I have those days, but you know, I think that it just, when you decide that, you know, you're going to be a creator or you're going to start your own business, you also decide that you're going to work harder than a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But for the trade-off is like 10 years down the road, you might not have to work at all.
Yeah.
Who knows though? After 10 years, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay. This is my last question. So it's a bonus question. Who should I interview next?
Oh, shit. Let me think. Who's got some really... I got a couple people. So...
Let him out.
Shout out Gentle Bowl. Gentle Bowl is a creative makerspace that is not quite like a recording studio or anything, but it's going to be like a creator's hub.
Yeah.
It's owned by Chris Taluzzi. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, bro, but shout out Chris. He's my boy. He's starting to try to open up Gentle Bowl on 2nd and Main Street, I believe. He's getting the leases signed and everything right now, but I think it's a really cool concept. It's like, you ever heard of Fab Lab?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fab Lab. So Fab Lab is like a manufacturing warehouse where people pay memberships to like have access to like different manufacturing equipment, like 3D printers and shit like that.
Right on.
So everyone's there kind of like just trying to make shit, you know, manufacture stuff. He's trying to create that business model, but for like creators. So it's not really like there to like provide, you know, a hard service like recording or podcasting or stuff. You mainly go there to be around other creators that could help you network with you and just have one place where everyone's hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He would be a cool person to talk to. Also, the owner of Ohm on the Range. Ohm on the Range just opened up its new music video right next to new music venue right next to Down Low and Your Mom's Favorite Tattoo Shop. A lot of my favorite bands are playing there right now.
For sure.
Super, super cool spot. Good food too. shout out their elk burger on the range.
Yeah, the elk burger.
Dude, the elk burger fire. It's fire.
All right, what is it?
It's elk.
Oh.
It's elk. It's fucking, it's like, okay, so, I don't know.
It's fire, though.
I'm a food guy, all right? So, what they say about elks are like the super athlete of nature.
For sure.
They like run faster. They're like super lean, super muscular, right?
Sure.
So their meat is like nutrient packed,
Yeah.
right? It's way more nutritious than like say a cow burger or something else. Whenever I eat those burgers, bro, I feel so good. Like
Super.
so energetic. Like I don't know, it might just be me, but I've even done some research on it and it's like it's fire. They also have a bison burger too.
Yeah.
Haven't tried it, but I'm sure it's fire.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Right on.
But yeah, dude, thank you for having me out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime, man.
It was dope.
Yeah, bro, it was. Thanks everyone for listening to the Second Son podcast. Again, if you're watching this, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, what's your IG so people can know how to reach you or how to reach the kitchen?
Yeah, you can reach my personal IG at benny.official, B3NII.official. That's more my music, my personal artist page. But if you want to reach the kitchen, you want to do any recording, any podcasting, come buy some clothes, whatever it is. We do streetwear, we do vintage clothing, podcasting services, recording services. We also got our tobacco license. So if anybody needs a cheap vape, I know you guys are all fiends out here. Hit up the IG, the Kitchen 530. Tap in with me, tap in with Second Son. Hopefully we gave you guys a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys on the next episode.
All right, thank you guys.
Peace.